So much kiss the earth.
Everybody go yell hand. That ain't Kanye, no, that's Montana. A loose cannon. He so I had to do it. Put him in the dirt. Put him in the first. I just sold a with 10 on it. Her air back. You can park 10 Tahoes on it. When they mask up, coming for your ice. When they big face, they coming for your life. Baby, don't pray for me, pray for the weak. I'm drinking, it help me sleep. Illuminati, I'm from the streets. Never saw my body. We taking bodies.
Get it started in here.
And the bass keeps running, running, and 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 running, running, and.
In this context, there's no disrespect, so when I bust my rhyme, you break your necks. We got 5 minutes for us to disconnect from all intellect and let the rhythm affect. To lose our inhibition, follow your intuition, free your inner soul and break away from tradition. Cause when we be out, girl, it's pulling me out. You wouldn't believe how we wow. We burn it till it's burned out, turn it till it's turned out. Act up from northwest, east side. Everybody, everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Yeah.
Lose control, our body and soul. Don't move too fast, people just take it slow. Don't get ahead, just jump into it. Y'all hear about it? The P's will do it. Get started, get stupid. Don't worry about it, people will walk you through it step by step like an infant new kid. Inch by inch with a new solution. Transmit hits with no delusion. The feeling's irresistible and that's how we move it.
Everybody, everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Yeah.
Running, running, and running, running.
Come on, y'all. Let's get it.
Deal applicator will bring the bugged out drills. Lose your mind, this is the time. You can't stand still, twist and bang your spine. Bob your head like me, Apple D. Up inside your club or in your Bentley. Get messy, loud and sick. Your mind fast, no more on another head trip. So come them now, do not correct it. Let's get ignorant, let's get hectic.
Everybody, everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get started.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Blake Arena on the campus of Springfield College for today's NUMAC conference game between the visiting Blue of Wellesley College and your Pride of Springfield College. Part of today's celebration includes our annual breast cancer awareness game, and we want to recognize one of the strongest and bravest women we know, who is also a cancer survivor, our head women's basketball coach, Naomi Graves. Thank you for continuing to inspire us all, Coach. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the Springfield College women's basketball team would like to honor the members of its senior class whose dedication and commitment is evidenced by the success the program has experienced during their time on campus. Before we talk about our seniors, we would, however, like to recognize the Wellesley senior class for their impressive careers. Number 30, Emily Kopp. Number 11, Kendall Umake. And number 11, Caitlin Aguirre. At this time, we would like to recognize the 4 seniors on the Springfield College Women basketball team. The class of 2020 has definitely left their mark on the program with an overall record of 74 wins and 34 losses in their years with the Pride. Starting with the Franklin, Mass. native majoring in athletic training, senior guard number 22, Lauren Rudolph. Lauren is accompanied today by her parents, Mark and Donna, and her brother, Paul. Number 22, Lauren Rudolph. Next up is Pride senior point guard from South Windsor, Connecticut, number 33, Alex Goslin. Alex is here with her parents, David and Rana, brother Cooper, and grandmother Gloria. Ladies and gentlemen, number 33, Alex Goslin. Next is our forward from Auburn, Maine, number 24, senior Emily Jakes. Emily is accompanied by her mother, Heidi, and her father, Roland. Ladies and gentlemen, number 24, Emily Jakes. And rounding out our group of seniors is senior forward from Tolland, Connecticut, number 44, Taylor Hall. Taylor is accompanied by her parents, Michael and Lorene, and her sisters, Nikki and Amanda. Ladies and gentlemen, number 44, Taylor Hall. Let's have one more round of applause for our seniors. Congratulations, ladies. Once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the James Naismith Court inside Blake Arena on the campus of Springfield College. This afternoon, the Pride plays host to the Blue of Wellesley College. The new MAC promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and the officials in a positive manner. Profanity or derogatory comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the Blake Arena. Also, the consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages is similarly prohibited. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for our national anthem, which will be performed this afternoon by Taylor Jackson.
Oh, say, can you see see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now the starting lineup for today's game. First for Wellesley, at forward of 5'9", first year out of Hermosa Beach, California, number 5, Taylor Hearn. At forward for Springfield, of 5'10", senior out of Tallinn, Connecticut, number 44, Taylor Hall. For Wellesley, of 5'7", first year out of Chantilly, Virginia, number 22, June Che. For Springfield, a 6'1" senior out of Auburn, Maine, number 24, Emily Jakes. For Wellesley, at center, of 5'9", junior out of Hillsborough, California, number 33, Alyssa Cho. For Springfield, at center is 6 foot, first year out of Bridgewater, Mass, number 32, Sam Horahan. For Wellesley, at guard, of 5'4", senior out of El Paso, Texas, number 11, Caitlin Aguirre. For Springfield, a 5'7", senior out of Franklin, Mass, number 22.
And welcome to Blake Arena on this sunny Saturday. My name is Brody Still. Alongside me, Kevin Saxe. We have some women's basketball action today between the Springfield College Pride and the Wellesley College Blue. Kevin, how you doing this fine afternoon?
You know, I'm feeling great. We have a great afternoon of basketball here in Blake Arena. It's senior day for both the men's and women's basketball team, as well for the women, honoring their very own head coach, Naomi Graves, for Breast Cancer Awareness Day. I mean, this is as good as it gets, you know, honoring a great senior class and a team that's also had a pretty good season, 17-7, 8-1 in the NEWMAC. They've locked up the number 2 seed in the NEWMAC. So, I mean, this is a big game, though. You want to end the season on a high note, go into the conference tournament with some momentum, some positive momentum after losing the last game to Babson.
Yeah, most definitely. To Babson, this Lady Pride going to look to bounce back and get a W today over the Wellesley College Blue. Wellesley is 14-7 currently, and Springfield is 17-7. You know, going to be a tight game on both ends of the floor, right, Kevin?
Absolutely. You know, Wellesley has the number 6 scoring defense in the entire country, allowing just 47.8 points a game. But then Springfield is a top 25 team as well, allowing just under 53 a game. I think really the advantage here should go to Springfield because, one, it's a home game, and Blake Arena is a very tough environment to play in no matter what. But also, this is a team that's scoring almost 66 points a game, 65.5 points per game. That's huge. I mean, we saw early season, they really struggled to hit any shots.
As the opening tip goes out of bounds, they're going to call a redo on the jump.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell who that went out off of.
as Wellesley wins the opening tip. Caitlin Aguirre at the top of the key now for the blue. Hands it off to Taylor Hearn. Hearn gets it out to Jiwon Che. Aguirre. Tough mid-range shot by number 33 for the blue, Alyssa Cho.
That was a nice job right there by Wellesley. You know, they're not a team that scores a lot. They did a nice job passing. Just, you got to hit those shots. If you're getting any space at all against the Springfield team, you got to take advantage of those opportunities.
As Emily Jakes has it at the top of the key for the Pride. Gets it out to Lauren Rudolph. Rudolph to Horahan at the top of the key. Rudolph is going to pull a three. Does not get it to go, but Sam Horahan comes down with the offensive board. And, you know, Kevin, one thing that we talked about before the game is size is going to be a huge thing for this Pride team.
Huge size advantage, and they should look to exploit that. And right there, it looked like Sam Horahan had a pretty good chance to just take it to the basket. You know, she's 6 foot. The tallest player on Wellesley is 5'10" freshman forward Pujita Shukla, who's not even in the starting lineup. Their tallest starter is number 33, Alyssa Cho, at 5'9". Springfield has 2 starters over 6 feet and 3 starters taller than Wellesley's tallest player. So I think they really have to look to expose that size. And right there, I mean, Emily Jakes showing that length.
Absolutely. Height going to be a big matchup as we see right there. Emily Jakes coming down with the block. Sam Horahan inside the paint, gets the easy layup to go over the smaller defender.
You know, and there's no reason why Sam Horahan shouldn't be able to do that all afternoon. I mean, she has the size advantage. You know, as we've seen this year go on, she's really developed a very nice low post game, and that's why she's averaging almost a double-double.
Most definitely, as the blue are going to be called with a travel on number 30, Emily Kopp. That's going to give the Pride the ball early on in the first quarter.
Kind of surprised we haven't seen too much of Caitlin Aguirre or Alyssa Cho. They are the 2 leaders of this team. They are also upperclassmen, so you got to think those are the 2 women that Wellesley wants to get the ball in the hands of if they're going to be successful this afternoon offensively.
Alex Goslin now with it. Gets it to Lauren Rudolph at the top of the key. Trying to work it inside to Sam Horahan, but a foul is going to be called on the floor. Going to give the ball to the Pride on the baseline.
And, you know, that's what Wellesley has to do, though. They have to be aggressive, but the problem is you can be aggressive without fouling. And
Horahan now with it on the elbow. Gets it to Jakes. He's going to try a mid-range shot. Cannot get it to go. Taylor Hall comes up with the offensive rebound, however.
Taylor Hall might be the best person on this team at offensive rebound. You know, she's always trying to get those offensive boards, and she get one right there.
As Lauren Rudolph gets a corner 3 to go off the pretty pass by Alex Goslin.
The senior Lauren Rudolph, you know, it's senior day as well for the Pride. They're honoring a great class, including Rudolph, Jakes, Goslin, and Hall. So you got to think, trying to also battle the emotions of your final regular season game here in Blake.
Most definitely. Now blue with it. Trying to answer back. 5-0 run now for the Pride. Caitlin Aguirre driving in. Could not get the shot to go. Horahan comes down with the rebound. Gets it to Goslin. Bring it up the court for the Pride. Gets it to Jakes. Foul called on Sam Horahan. They're going to get number 33 for the blue, Alyssa Cho.
That's her second foul already. She's really their only size on the floor. And it looks like they're going to call a 30-second timeout.
As Wellesley is going to call a 30-second timeout here. A little bit of a break for us to recap first half of this first quarter, so to speak, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, it's really been all Springfield so far. You know, offensively, haven't maybe gotten the best looks, but they're doing a good job moving the ball, and I really think that's going to be the key for them. Also, they have to exploit the size advantage, especially now with Cho out of the game. I mean, she's 5'9". She's the tallest member of their starting lineup. She's out of the game. That's more opportunity for Sam Horahan, especially to work down low, but also Emily Jakes or Taylor Hall. I mean, and even with Cho staying with 2 fouls, there's no reason not to have Sam Horahan posting up on the block. Because, I mean, right now, that's been kind of an issue for Wellesley, his size. We've also seen Springfield get a number of offensive rebounds already.
Absolutely. As Jakes gets it to Hall down low. Out to Goslin, who will try the corner 3. Cannot get it to go. Sam Horahan comes down with the offensive board. Putback will not go. Foul going to be called on Horahan.
Yeah, and right
Wellesley
there,
ball.
Right there. I feel like Horahan tried to do a little too much right there. I feel like she should have just went right back up with her right hand. I mean, it looked like she might try to do a little too much as we see Alyssa Cho check out. Not really surprised because this is already a short roster. It looks like they have 9 healthy players. You can't really afford having one of your players with more than 2 fouls in the first half.
Absolutely. Wellesley moving the ball around, trying to put some points on the board. Springfield still off to a 5-0 run. Rachel Sherberg with it now, trying to size up Alex Goslin. Tough 3 right there from Caitlin Aguirre. Cannot get it to go over the D by Horahan. Rudolph now has it for the Pride.
And this Springfield defense has been airtight so far. I mean, they've literally given nothing easy to this Wellesley team. And for Wellesley, their defense is good, but their big issue this year, especially in conference play, has been the ability to score.
As a foul is called on Taylor Hall, sending her to the free throw line. They're going to get number 3 for the Blue, Rachel Sherberg. Stephanie Lyons now checking in for the Pride, taking out Lauren Rudolph.
Yeah, Rudolph off to a nice start today. Hit that 3 early on. She's also done what she does so well is she really brings great energy for the Pride. You know, she hasn't, especially this year with Steph Lyons also starting. You know, Lauren Rudolph has really been kind of the 6th person off the bench. She's been like that first person when Coach Graves needs an energy spark. It's been her and Grace Zindelat. Looks like they called a lane violation right there, but don't really know what it.
Not sure what the call was there. Taylor Hall made the free throw, but they're not awarding her the points on the scoreboard. 6-0 right now for the Pride. Emily Kopp with it now. Guarded tightly by Emily Jakes. Poking the ball away. Kopp going to try a tough mid-range shot. Gets nothing on it.
And it looked like head coach Jennifer Kroll from Wellesley wanted a foul. Looked like there might have been some contact potentially by Jakes, but also looked like number 30 Emily Kopp just kind of rolled off the fingers the wrong way.
As that pass by Alex Goslin is going to miss the mark for Taylor Hall. Going out of bounds, giving Wellesley the ball. Caitlin Aguirre with it now for the Blue. On the wing, back to Aguirre. Blue moving the ball around now. Tough shot right there by Taylor Hearn. Blue could not hold on to the offensive rebound. Pride ball.
And it's just been a struggle for Wellesley on offense. You know, even when they've had maybe 1 or 2 really open shots, and those haven't fallen. And I mean, this Springfield defense, that's what the Springfield team is known for, is their defense. That's what Coach Graves has their team pride themselves on, and they're showing it right now.
Goslin now has it on the wing. Gets it to Horahan. He'll try a baseline mid-range shot and knock it down. Great pass right there by Alex Goslin, setting up the easy mid-range basket by Horahan.
You know, the court vision of Goslin is second to none. I mean, there's a reason why she's among the leaders in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio.
Blue now with the ball. Shukla has it, top of the key. Going to try to drive in over Horahan, and Horahan sends it back.
You know, I like the attempt by Shukla to drive, but if you're going to go up against Sam Horahan, you're going to have to go up stronger than that. So we see now Zindelat comes in. That gives Springfield a very small lineup. You know, they still have Jakes and Hall out there, but Jake's more of a guard. I mean, really they're going 1 forward, but against a team like Wellesley, it's not maybe the worst idea.
Mid-range shot attempt by number 22 for the Blue, Ji-Yoon Che. Pride working the ball around now. Goslin has it off the screen by Hall. Going to get it to Zindelat. He's going to drive. Pass down to Taylor Hall. Could not get the board, and that's going to remain with the Pride as it went out of bounds off of the Blue player.
You know, that was a really nice pass down low to Hall. You know, obviously Hall couldn't get the finish, but that's what the Pride want to see. You know, this is a Wellesley team that still does a good job of limiting points, and Springfield's only scored 8 points, but the problem for Wellesley is they just haven't gotten anything going on offense. I mean, right now, shooting 0 of 7, 0 of 2 from beyond the arc. I mean, they've still held scoreless over 6 minutes into this first quarter.
Offensive struggles going to be something to watch for this blue team as the pass is tipped, goes out of bounds, going to remain with the Pride. Zendelet now gets it into Goslin. Finds Lyons on the wing. Pride working the ball around. Goslin now to Lyons. He's going to drive the lane. Gets fouled on the shot. They're going to get number 33, Alyssa Cho, I believe. Excuse me, that's number 23, Valentina Morakis for the blue.
That was kind of a bailout foul right there. I mean, Steph Lyons was very much out of control. I mean, I don't know if that was maybe the best foul for Wellesley. I mean, Lyons kind of was trapped between two defenders, didn't really have a good shot at the rim.
As Wellesley's going to call a 30-second timeout. Rachel Vinton had just checked in for the Pride, taking out Alex Goslin. And Stephanie Lyons will still be at the free throw line, shooting 2 after this 30-second timeout by the blue.
Very good.
Coming out of the timeout now, Stephanie Lyons at the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Cannot hit the first one. Lyons able to knock down the second free throw. Now currently a 9-0 lead for the Pride. Excuse me, a 10-0 lead off that second free throw. Pride now playing full court press, it seems. Seems to be working. The blue trying to find somewhere to go with the ball, struggling to find it. Sherberg now has to pull a deep three, could not get it to go. Nearly pulled down by Taylor Hall, but off the hands of Pujita Shukla. Sam Horahan now checking back in for the Pride, taking out number 44, Taylor Hall.
You know, Taylor Hall off to a nice start in this game, not just offensively, but what she really brings to this Pride team. You know, any offense you get from her, it's a great bonus. But at the end of the day, what she does defensively and rebounding, I mean, she's easily the Pride's best offensive rebounder. You know, she's just so active on the offensive boards, never giving up on the play, and that's huge for this Pride team.
Lyons now with it. Gets it to Horahan. Hands it off to Zindelet. Mid-range shot. Cannot get it to fall. As I believe a foul is going to be called on Rachel Vinton for the Pride.
Kind of wasn't really the best foul. You know, that was a nice job by number 3, Rachel Sherberg, to box her out. But, you know, really no need for that foul 80 feet away from the opposing basket. I mean, especially with the way Wellesley's been on offense. They haven't really gotten anything going. You don't really want to give them any free opportunities.
Yeah, definitely right there, Kevin. As Shukla has it now. Trying to go over. Horahan again gets rejected. And Horahan with the great heads-up play, knocking it off the feet of Shukla. And it goes out of bounds. Pride going to keep possession of this ball. Shukla checking out now for the blue. Alyssa Cho checking back in. And Emily Kopp also in for the blue.
You know, that's a great play by Horahan right there. You know, the court awareness of the first year to not just get the block, but also have the awareness to throw the ball off number 31, Shukla. I mean, that was a great play to get the Pride another possession.
Horahan with a great screen for Lyons. Vinton now on the wing, gets the baseline drive layup to go. Great pass there by Sam Horahan to set up that easy basket.
It was a great job by Vin right there. No one slid over to the baseline to help, and I mean, it was just too easy for the Pride.
Blue now have it. Aguirre now driving in on Vinton. Sherberg with the tough drive, and they're going to get Sherberg with a travel.
It's a great job by Zindelet shutting down the baseline right there. I mean, Zindelet off the bench, she's not necessarily the best scorer for this Pride team, but she can kind of score in bunches, but it's that defensive energy that Coach Graves is looking for. And right now, I mean, she brought on that play, and it's been probably about as good as you're going to get from any team on defense so far.
Absolutely. Pride working the ball around now. Vinton has it, crossing up her defender. Zindelet in the corner for 3, gets it to go. 14-0 run for the Pride. Currently still shutting out this Blue offense in the first quarter. Aguirre now has it for the Blue. Aguirre, tough step back mid-range shot. Vinton comes down with the rebound, gets it up to Zindelet. Tried to go inside to Madeline Fay, but could not get the pass to connect.
It was a good idea. Maybe Zindelet might have been better off just kind of dribbling that one out, though.
Aguirre now has it. Mid-range opportunity for number 30, Emily Kopp, for the Blue. That is the first points on the board for the Blue off the mid-range shot.
It took Wellesley over 9.5 minutes just to score a basket. I mean, credit to the Springfield defense. It's been airtight all day today.
Rachel Vinton, corner 3, could not get it to go as they're going to get Madeline Fay with an over-the-back foul.
The Springfield offense hasn't been super clean in this first quarter, only with 14 points, but their defense has been unbelievable.
Absolutely. We've seen a few blocks by Sam Horahan as Caitlin Aguirre's buzzer beater shot does not get to go. But as I was saying, Kevin, we've seen a lot of great defense being played, especially down low by first-year Sam Horahan.
So we're going to send it down to Grace Berry, who's currently sitting with the family of senior guard number 24, Emily Jakes.
Grace Berry here for SCTV3, down with senior Emily Jakes' parents, Heidi and Roland. So you guys, this has been 4 long years of just basketball. So what's it been like to have a senior today just playing maybe one of the last games? Just what's it been like these past 4 years?
It's been a great experience for Emily. It's really helped her grow her leadership skills on and off the court. And as parents, we're very, very proud of her. To play at this level, play in the college level, shows dedication and a lot of hard work. And I see the number of hours that this team puts in, and we're very proud of her.
Is there anything you guys would like to say to your daughter being a senior, just playing basketball? Just
enjoy every minute of today's game.
Very proud of her. Enjoy it. Have fun, because you never can go back.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Back to you guys up in the studio.
Thank you very much, Grace. Great stuff as the Pride are going to start out this second quarter with the ball. Alex Goslin now taking it up, gets it to Lyons quickly. Lyons looking for somewhere to go with it, gets it to Vinton. Screen set by Madeline Fay. Lyons pass for Horahan over the head, and Wellesley is going to come down with that turnover.
For this Wellesley team, obviously they struggled offensively in the first quarter, but this game isn't really out of reach. The Springfield offense still hasn't been maybe as good as they would like. And, I mean, Wellesley's down by 12, but it's still very early in this game. I mean, if they can start hitting a couple of shots, I mean, they're right. If they can cut this lead to single digits, it's still a close game.
Chase shot does not go as the Pride get the ball on offense. Stephanie Lyons couldn't get the three-pointer to go. Alex Goslin comes down with the rebound, gets it out to Vinton at the top of the key, back to Goslin. Goslin with the tough drive over 2 defenders, could not get it to go. Madeline Fay tried to keep it in bounds, but Wellesley's going to come over with a turnover. Aguirre now has it, works it around to Emily Kopp. Aguirre now with it again at the top of the key. Che has it to Kopp. Che with a tough three-pointer. Madeline Fay comes down with the board for the Pride.
You know, that just seems to be how it's kind of went for Wellesley today. You know, a lot of late shots deep into the shot clock, and even when they're getting the shots, they haven't had that many quality looks.
As Sam Horhan gets the easy drive and layup to go.
Yeah, and for Horhan to be a first-year forward, I mean, that's pretty agile for someone who has the size of a forward. I mean, she's been a huge weapon for this Pride team, and she's going to be key if they want to potentially make a run at the NEWMAC title.
Absolutely. Great development that we've seen from Horhan. You're right there, Kevin.
She's already got 6 points and 6 boards early on as well. So, I mean, she's been big key for the Pride.
As Aguirre gets the 2-point shot to go. Springfield turnover. Taylor Hearn grabbing the steal for the Blue. Aguirre now has it at the top of the key. Gets it to Alyssa Cho. Cho down in the paint. Could not get it to go. Horhan with the rebound.
And Cho really was nearly wide open. Maybe she thought Faye was a little closer, but, you know, that's one of the shots, if you're Wellesley, you're going to have to make if you want to come back.
Great ball movement we're seeing here now by the Pride. Lions couldn't get the corner three to go. Goslin now trying to drive over 3 defenders. Couldn't get it to go. Horhan grabbed the offensive board, put it back up, but they're going to call a jump ball. I believe it's going to remain with the Pride. Rachel Vinton and Madeline Fay checking out. And it is going to be Wellesley ball off the jump ball. Emily Jakes and Taylor Hall checking back in now for Springfield. Aguirre now for the Blue. Blue now looking for somewhere to go with it. Taylor Hearn, tough drive over 3 Pride defenders. Steph Lyons comes down with the rebound. Taylor Hall inside. Try to pass it back out to Taylor Hall. Tough layup by Emily Jakes. Could not get the board, was Taylor Hall, as the Blue are going to be on the fast break now.
On the Pride, only 2 points in this quarter, Brody. I mean, it's, you know, they've gotten some good looks. Now it's just about having the ability to finish, and that's going to be key, especially when you enter the NEWMAC tournament facing teams like Wellesley or MIT, Smith, Babson, all the top teams. You're going to finish.
Most definitely. Scherberg falls down with the ball, gets it to Hearn. And they're going to call a foul on the Pride, sending Valentina Marakis to the line for the Blue. Taylor Hall going to be called with that foul.
It looked like, I didn't think Taylor Hall was even all that close to number 23, Valentina Marakis. It looked like Steph Lyons was the closest defender. Kind of surprised it was Hall that got tagged with the foul right there.
Marakis makes the first free throw.
Already has more points in this quarter than the last quarter. You know, it took them almost over 9.5 minutes just to score a basket. And, I mean, it's still been a very kind of robotic offense for them. It's been pretty much the same story every game, or excuse me, every possession. You know, not really getting any really quality looks.
Most definitely, as Horhan pulls a 3 from the top of the key. Couldn't get it to go. Steph Lyons with the rebound, and the putback layup goes for Lyons.
A great job by Lyons right there to just kind of swoop in for the offensive board. Hit kind of an awkward-looking shot, but it went in, so you never question it if it goes in, Brody.
And Taylor Hearn pulling up from mid-range, could not get it to go. Horhan comes down with the rebound. Beautiful touch pass by Taylor Hall to set up the layup by Stephanie Lyons.
Yep. How you beautifully in basketball. I mean, Goslin to Hall with an unbelievable pass to Lyons. And those are the type of plays Coach Graves loves to see. You know, not just the guards being able to pass, but the forwards for Springfield like Horahan and Hall, are very good passers, and that's really an advantage for Springfield against most teams.
Definitely, as a foul is called on the Pride now. I believe they're going to send Pajita Shukla to the line. Excuse me, it's going to be an on-the-floor foul. Blue will take the ball on the baseline. Some subs being made now for the Blue. Nearly an entire platoon swap.
And something to stay tuned for at our next time out here from Blake Arena. Grace Berry will be with the mom of senior point guard number 33, Alex Goslin. So stay tuned for that during our next time out.
Ball tipped out of bounds off the foot of Emily Jakes, I believe. Blue going to have it now on the sideline. McGuire passes it in to Sherberg. Blue working it around. Sherberg to Shukla. Back to Sherberg. Aguirre now with it. Needs to get a shot off here. Tough mid-range shot over two Pride defenders. Taylor Hall comes down with the rebound.
Once again, we see another tough shot. That was a good idea by Lyons right there, but may put a little too much on the pass.
A little too much on the pass, and probably just a tad late on the pass as well. A little bit behind the head of Emily Jakes. Blue now coming up the court with the ball. Caitlin Aguirre has it. Sherberg thought about shooting the corner three. Rather get it in the hands of Che. Che now, awkward looking shot off the backboard. But Emily Kopp gets the bank shot to go down in the paint. Goslin taking it up for the Pride now.
Not a whole lot of scoring this quarter. We talked about both teams having extremely good defenses. Only 6 points apiece. And, it feels like, though, for Wellesley, they still haven't really gotten a lot of clean opportunities like their last shot. Seems like for Springfield, they've gotten the better opportunities. It's just about being able to execute the opportunities.
Steph Lyons, awkward looking pass to Emily Jakes. Taylor Hall tried to set up Sam on the not get it to go was Horahan.
Like Horahan might have started the layup just a little too early right there. Wasn't really in control. Maybe would have liked to see her take another dribble into the basket, with a much smaller defender on her as well.
Aguirre now gets it to Cho. Back to Kopp. Tough mid-range shot by Che. Could not get it to go. Pride come down with the rebound. Horahan down to Hall. Could not get the layup to go. Che with a tough mid-range pull-up shot. Could not get it to go. Steph Lyons comes down with the rebound.
And we're going to see a timeout from head coach Naomi Graves. We're going to send it down now to our sideline reporter, Grace Berry, who's with the mom of senior point guard number 33, Alex Goslin.
Stands again with senior parent Rana. Rana, your daughter, Alex Goslin's been a superstar these past 4 years. What's it been like to see her just grow on this court and just been a collegiate athlete?
It's been amazing, the time she's spent here, the opportunities she's had, and to watch them all grow. I've been crying for a week. So proud of all of the seniors.
Is there anything you want to say to Alex in one of her final season?
Just that we're, as always, so proud of everything that she's done, and we know that she's going to continue to do great things.
Awesome. Congratulations. Back to you guys up in the press box.
Thank you very much again, Grace.
No, it's great to hear from the families of this Pride team. This Pride senior class between Rudolph, Hall, Jakes, and Goslin, they've done a lot of winning in their time here on Alden Street. The one thing they have not gotten, though, is that elusive NEWMAC championship, conference tournament championship. And, they had the NEWMAC final game here last year against MIT, ultimately fell just short. But, you got to think, if there's a Pride team that can do it, this is a team we've seen at their best is capable of beating anybody in the NUMAC.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, from everything to great senior leadership to great young talent to, you know, these middle-class students, you know, really everyone's stepping up and knowing their position on this Pride team. And, you know, that's all thanks to Coach Naomi Graves. Couldn't ask for a better head women's basketball coach here at Springfield College.
And, you know, all day breast cancer survivor, you know, having breast cancer awareness day, senior day, a lot of emotions going into the game. So, you know, it's not just about playing the basketball game, but it's also how do you overcome kind of the emotional challenges, especially of senior day and breast cancer awareness. It's two very big things for the Springfield College basketball team. It's two very big things to overcome emotionally just to get up and play the game.
As Taylor Hall sends the shot back. Great move inside by Alex Goslin, and this Pride team is feeling it. Blake Arena starting to get into the swing of things here for this Lady Pride team.
And, you know, this Pride team, they've kind of struggled a bit in this quarter, but, you know, they're still leading, still have a double-digit lead, and their defense has still been unbelievably good. I mean, really, you could look at Wellesley's shots. They've really only had one clean look at the rim so far.
Pride now working the ball around. Jakes with a screen for Lions. Going to get it around to Rudolph. Back to Lions. Goslin in the corner. Jake's going to have to pull a three. Could not get it to go. Goslin fighting for the offensive rebound, but Wellesley's going to come up with it. Aguirre now has it. Going to try and wait out the clock for this blue team. Spin move inside, trying to go over Goslin. Tough shot by Sherberg. Couldn't get it to go. Goslin's going to heave it up. Oh, nearly goes for this Pride team. At the half, the score 22-8. Pride leading now, going to go into the third quarter with a great shift of momentum, you know, kind of flipping a switch, so to speak, at the last few minutes of that first half, Kevin.
Absolutely. You know, they looked much cleaner, especially on the offensive end. You know, they were doing a good job hitting their shots, but now we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Grace Berry, who has head coach of women's basketball, Naomi Graves.
Grace Berry here down on the sidelines with Coach Naomi Graves. So, Coach Graves, you've been with these women for the past 4 years, these four seniors, and they honored you before the game. What is it like in this game to just have them keep their composure and just dominate on the court right now?
I think these four seniors have been a pivotal turning point for our program. When we recruited them to come in, we knew they'd be impact kids. So watching them play with this kind of emotion and heart is awesome. You know, I'm excited about the second half. I think we can do a little bit better in certain areas, and I want this game to be their game.
Good luck in the next half. Back up to Brody and Kevin.
And thank you very much, Coach Graves and Grace Berry, for that piece. You know, Kevin, like we were saying before the break, a lot of great things we were seeing from the Pride team that last few minutes of the first half.
Absolutely. You know, I felt like for the beginning part of that second quarter, it felt like Springfield wasn't getting a lot of great looks, but even when Springfield struggled scoring in the second half of that quarter, they were doing a lot of good things. They were getting more open shots. They were getting to the rim. And, you know, for this Pride team, you know, we've seen at times they struggle to finish around the rim, but, you know, you got to keep taking those shots because those are the shots that are eventually going to fall. Those are the shots, if you're making them fairly easily, you're going to win more games, and especially coming with the NUMAC tournament upcoming. But I think really the big thing for Springfield has been their defense. Their defense has been airtight, long 8 points in that first half.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the size of Springfield also playing a huge factor in that. You know, as we said before, tallest player on Wellesley, only 5'10". The Pride team has many players well over 6 feet, so that'll definitely be a factor.
Yeah. And, you know, Sam Horahan, 6 points, already 11 rebounds in that first half. Steph Lyons has 4 rebounds. Taylor Hall has 5 rebounds. I mean, the Pride as a team are out-rebounding Wellesley 30-15. I mean, the rebounding advantage has been very obvious. And, I really think they need to keep exploiting that height advantage. If you're Emily Jakes, take it to the basket, because at worst you're probably going to get fouled, and even if you don't make the shot. If you're Sam Horahan has already done it a number of times where she's gotten down low, been able to use her size effectively. It's going to wrap up our first half here. We're going to send to Taylor Sanzo in the studio with our SCTV3 news break.
Let's hear it for our Pride dance team. Thank you, ladies. At this time, we would like to recognize and welcome the girls from the East Long Meadow 3rd and 4th grade recreational basketball program to the court for a special halftime game. The girls are going to play a 4-minute game, running time.
Hello and welcome back to another Springfield College halftime update. I'm Taylor Sanzo here with what's happening on campus. Our very own student campus union turned 10 years old not too long ago. The union was built 10 years ago so students on campus had a place to hang out with their friends, study, or grab something to eat before class. Today, the union offers so many facilities. Whether that be a Dunkin' Donuts or a bookstore, students are surrounded with their essentials. I go to the union almost every day, so I can't imagine life without it like it was 10 years ago. Happy 10th birthday to the Richard B. Flynn Campus Union. And the Office of Student Activities is making Springfield College lit again with the recent announcement that rapper Fetty Wap will be performing at the spring concert during Stayuka Week. I wrapped up a conversation with who's in charge of booking all the talent. Fetty Wap is making his way to Springfield College in the spring to put on an epic performance for the campus.
I'm sitting front row.
The Trap Queen rapper from New Jersey is moving up the East Coast to be the spring concert act during the last night of the week-long carnival, Stayuka. With such high energy Fetty brings to the stage, it's sure to get students pumped up.
I'm really excited about Fetty Wap to come because it's such a small school and I didn't think we could get anybody big.
Julie Coivisto shed some light on how Springfield booked the rap star after receiving feedback from students.
We take all that information into account and then we work with this company called Concert Ideas, who's our middle agency. So they are the ones that work with the talent agencies and book all the information for us. So basically we're giving them the information about what the students want to see and then they do the back end of all that.
Stayuka is a big deal for students with a lot of fun activities that come along with it, including the concert. Students have some high expectations more than ever after last year's Bryce Vine concert flopped.
We needed a win this year, because last year was kind of a dud, even though Bryce Vine was a wonderful performer. We definitely knew that we wanted to get somebody more well-known.
If students can't make the concert, there are plenty of other options to take part in during Stayuka.
So this year's theme is more like an out-of-this-world type of theme because we're trying to think futuristic, if you will. So things that you'll be expecting to see is a hypnotist. We have, on top of our car smash, we're going to bring in this plate smash program. So if you're a little intimidated to use a sledgehammer, you can smash some plates. Of course, the classic Stayuka bingo, and then some other cool stuff for the carnival the following day after spring concert, too.
I know I'll be taking part in all of the Stayuka activities, but I'm most excited for the concert. Fetty Wap, this better be good. It's intramural season here at Springfield College. 5-on-5 basketball, floor hockey, and several other activities have begun on campus. SCTV3's David Kilburn reports.
Intramural sports are back on Alton Street. Students can participate in one of the multiple co-ed sports teams being offered this semester.
So currently we have 5v5 basketball and indoor soccer, and then after spring break we'll have another round of indoor volleyball and then softball, and we have a glow dodgeball tournament coming up in April as well.
With games being held to once or twice a week, the amount of commitment is low, but the chances of having fun are through the roof.
It's very low commitment. We have games twice a week. There's no practices, obviously. It's just for fun. You don't need any skill. I mean, we have like such a huge range. Just like myself, who's never played basketball on an IM basketball team, and then like somebody who maybe played their freshman year, now they're a senior.
The intramural season just kicked off, and students are already enjoying the action.
It's really fun. We've only had one game so far, but it's so fun to have like a group of all of our friends, and we just like, we're not really trying, it's just like, we're just having fun with it and like doing as much as we can.
I didn't really realize how much fun it was going to be. I was kind of dreading it because our game is on Mondays at 9 p.m. So I was like, oh, it's going to be forced. But it ended up being so much fun, and I can't wait for our next game on Wednesday.
If you or a friend want to join an intramural team, go to imleagues.com or download the app IMLeagues. For SCTV3, I'm David Kilburn.
Thank you, David. Now let's take a look at the upcoming games happening on and off campus. Tomorrow, the men's gymnastics team will be heading to Virginia to compete at the College of William and Mary at 1 o'clock. Women's gymnastics will be going head-to-head with Rhode Island College tomorrow in Blake Arena at 1 as well. Men's and women's track and field will be competing at the Division III New England Championships this upcoming Friday at 2 p.m. and again on Saturday at 11 a.m. at Middlebury in Vermont. Men's lacrosse will be away next Saturday, taking on Stevens at 1 o'clock, and women's lacrosse will host Endicott on Wednesday at 4. And finally, the men's volleyball team will play Arcadia in Blake Arena on Friday at 6 p.m. Come out and support our pride. Well, that is all the time we have today for your halftime update. Be sure to check out our weekly newscast and sports show every Thursday night at 8. And while you're at it, like us on Facebook at Springfield College TV, follow us on Twitter at _SCTV3 and Instagram at SCTV3. Thanks for joining us. My name is Taylor Sanzo. Now back to second half action at Blake Arena.
Grace Berry here, back for the sideline interviews with senior parents. Right now I am with Michael Hall, Taylor Hall's dad. So what is it like having a daughter playing D3 basketball, and it's almost all coming to an end? What's that like as a parent?
It's been a joyride. It's been a lot of fun. Of course, I hate to see it come to an end, but it'll never end because we have so many memories. We've met so many good people along the way. All the players, you know, a bunch of seniors from Taylor's freshman year are here tonight. So hopefully long-lasting friendships and lots of memories.
Is there anything specific you want to say to your daughter as her season's coming to an almost close?
I'm so proud of you. Really, in a nutshell, that's what I would tell her. I'm very proud of her.
Well, congrats on Taylor's last season. Just starstruck last season, so congrats and good luck in the future. Back to you guys up in the press box.
And back after the half now is the Pride leading 22-8 over the Wellesley Blue. And Kevin, what were some of your takeaways from that first half?
I think my biggest takeaway is the Springfield College defense. They have absolutely shut down this Wellesley Blue offense. I mean, this Wellesley Blue team comes in, their calling card is defense. And offensively, they only average about 56 points a game. I mean, this Springfield defense, they allowed 2 points in that first quarter, only 8 for the entire first half. I think all Springfield has to do is keep that same defensive intensity and keep them offensive around the rim, especially turnovers like they just did to start the half.
And that is going to be a quick turnover for the Pride. A little bit of a miscommunication there on that inbound by Taylor Hall.
Pride leading 22-8 to start this half. One of the also big things, and we talked about the height advantage that Springfield has on this Wellesley team. 30-15 the rebounding advantage for Springfield in that first half. I mean, Sam Horahan had 11 rebounds in the first half. Wellesley as a team had 15.
Wow. Wellesley now with the ball. Aguirre moving it around to the wing. Alyssa Cho now has it in the corner. Gets it to Taylor Hearn. Back to Cho. 3-point shot by Rachel Scher. The second half for both teams.
That's what Wellesley needs, though. If they're getting open shots, they have to be able to hit them because their open shots have been very few and far between.
Most definitely Sam Horahan. Mid-range shot, could not get it to go. A little scrap for the ball right there. Wellesley comes out with it.
Springfield only leading by 11 right now. If Wellesley hits a couple more shots, this game is well within reach still. I think, Springfield, they're going to need to be able to hit shots with more consistency if they want to, try to pull away and make this game a little more out of reach.
Wellesley now working the ball around, trying to find an open shot. And Alyssa Cho gets the mid-range shot to go. This Wellesley offense coming out of the half and, looking to try and build some offensive momentum here, Kevin.
Already 5 points. They had 8 points that entire first half, and that was a tough shot, but Cho was able to hit it. Every time Wellesley would have that type of shot, they just couldn't get it to fall. Maybe, something changed at halftime.
As Sam Horahan could not get the mid-range shot to go. We're going to call Emily Jakes with a pushing foul.
It seems like Wellesley kind of ended the first half on a nice defensive note, they were able to score a couple easy buckets as well. But, seems like Wellesley has kind of flipped the script a bit here.
Offensive foul going to be called on Wellesley, going to give the Pride the ball back.
Looks like that's the third foul on number 33, Alyssa Cho. It looked like she tried to set the screen, and then as Goslin tried to go around, it might have moved just a little bit. And, the refs called them out on it, but, kind of surprised to see the ref call that. I feel like that's not something – it wasn't like a very blatantly obvious call. But, Cho picking up her third foul, that really kind of hurts this Wellesley team. She's one of the players that they're going to need to get going if they want to try to come back.
Yeah, definitely going to be something to watch as we get into the later goings of this game. Sam Horahan now with the drive for the Pride, gets the tough layup to go.
Sam Horahan's been money for the Pride. Now, rebounds. She had 11 rebounds in the first half. That was only 4 less than the entire Wellesley team. She was very good. And then she gets a steal right there.
As Horahan gets it up to Goslin on the fast break, gets the and one layup to go. Beautiful play right there for the Pride on the fast break.
And Alex Goslin, that's what she does so well. There's very few people, I think, at this level that can finish better through contact. And we see her with these little up and under layups all the time. And she's just so good at finishing around the rim. Someone who's 5 feet tall, she's going to try to drive to the rim. She's going to try to get fouls called, and she does it as well as anybody.
Goslin making the free throw. Springfield now playing pressure defense, trying to get a turnover here. But Caitlin Aguirre says otherwise, gets the tough layup to go through the teeth of the defense.
That was a nice press break by Wellesley and Aguirre.
Emily Jakes' three-point shot nearly goes in.
Now, Wellesley, their offense has looked a little better in this quarter already with 7 points. They had 8 points the entire first half, Brody.
Yeah, and one thing that I've noticed is that they seem to be a little bit more just overall confident in their offense, taking open shots whenever they're present and, trying to just get quick, easy open shots. Not thinking too much about it as Jakes tips the pass.
Seems like their passing has been a little better as well.
As Pujita Shukla gets the three-point ball to go.
That's 10 points in about 3.5 minutes, and Coach Naomi Graves can't be too happy with that. She's someone who preaches defense to her teams. They're not really doing it right now.
As Coach Naomi Graves is going to call a timeout for this Pride team. Pride now have the ball out of the timeout. Rudolph gets it to Jakes. Back to Rudolph. Beautiful pass inside by Taylor Hall to Alex Goslin. Could not get the layup to go.
It was a good idea by the Pride right there, but once again, just the inability to finish. And, the Pride, I think this is a spot for the Pride. They just really need to try to lock down on defense. They really haven't done enough of that.
Wellesley now working the ball around, trying to find an open shot. Aguirre gets it to Kopp. Kopp loses the ball, but it's going to remain with the blue. Some substitutions being made now for the Pride. Emily Jakes and Lauren Rudolph checking out. Stephanie Lyons and Grace Zindelet checking in for the Pride. Off the inbounds is Taylor Hearn. Turnover now here for the blue.
It looks like the shot clock.
Some tricky calls being made right now. Shot clock
never
did
reset.
go off. Never reset.
Unless they said Goslin had possession, though. don't know why the shot clock didn't reset. Coach Graves asking why the shot clock went off, and
Coach Graves visibly frustrated.
Coach Graves wanted an explanation because, I mean, the shot clock went off.
Shot clock.
No ref even acknowledged her. I think she kind of understood what the call was, but she just wanted an explanation from the refs as well.
And, you know, Gosselin, I think they made the right call. Gosselin did have possession for a sec. But
I think it was more Coach Graves wanting the explanation from the officials, and they just refused to acknowledge her.
As Aguirre misses the layup, Shukla comes down with the board. Wellesley keeps possession. Kopp working the ball around now. Travel called on Shukla. Turnover for Wellesley. Going to be Pride ball.
Yeah, that was a nice drive by Shukla right there, but, you know, that was almost an unnecessary extra step on that play right there. She kind of was in a decent position to at least maybe pass out to an open shot, but, you know, I think right now this is an important time for the Springfield team to try to get something going offensively, you know, try to extend the lead out and not let Wellesley have a chance, try to give them any hope of getting back into this game.
Pass inside by Sam Horahan to Taylor Hall is tipped out of bounds. Pride going to remain with possession. Hall into Horahan. Back out to Zindelet. Back to Gosselin. Into Hall. Zindelet going to pull a three-point shot, and it's good. 30-18 now for the Pride. Beautiful shot right there by Grace Zindelet.
You know, great passing by the Pride right there. Made the extra pass. Zindelet open on the wing, and, you know, she started off the season. She really struggled scoring the ball, but she's done a great job.
Ball. Horahan, who gets the fast break bucket to go. Pride offense clicking on all cylinders, it seems, at this point.
And Sam Horahan now with another double-double. I mean, she came in, she's already averaging nearly a double-double this year, and, you know, she's just adding to her total right now.
Aguirre with the drive. Shot rolls in, takes a long roll off the rim. But Pride rolling now here. Zindelet back to Gosselin, back to Horahan. Pride moving the ball around. Great ball movement we're seeing here. Lyons to Gosselin. Gosselin gets a screen from Hall. Falls down with the ball, but Lyons is able to keep possession of it. Foul is going to be called on, I believe that was Jiun Che. Lyons going to be out of bounds with it. Going to pass it in now for the Pride.
Substitutions for Wellesley, number 14, Camille Taylor, number 5, Taylor Hearn.
Lyons now gets it into Gosselin. Gosselin, tough layup. Looked like a foul, but the Wellesley player rolls out of bounds. That was number 14, Camille Taylor. Rolls out of bounds with the ball.
There's a lot of contact right there. You know, Gosselin looked like she got bodied going up for that shot, and bodies hitting the floor everywhere. But
maybe a little bit of a makeup call, giving the ball back to the Pride. But, you know, Camille Taylor was out of bounds, and she was holding on to it. See what the Pride can do here now. Shot blocked of Stephanie Lyons. Blocked by number 33 for the blue, Alyssa Cho.
That was a nice play by Cho right there. Again, tipping that shot from Lyons. Also without fouling her, because, you know, she does have 3 fouls.
They're going to foul there, saying that she elbowed the player coming around the screen. Checking out for the Emily.
And, you know, we saw Gosselin go up for a shot and get pretty much destroyed. That possession, we literally saw Gosselin. I don't even know if she made contact with her, with the offensive player from Wellesley, get called for a foul.
Yes, but the blue throw the ball out of bounds, turnover.
You know,
Pride
as they
ball.
say, as our good old friend Nico Fasella says, ball does not lie.
Ball don't lie, indeed, Kevin. Rachel Vinton now checking in for the Pride, taking out Alex Goslin. Three-point shot whistled off.
Looked like a 3-second violation on Horahan. Right there, Horahan's just got to do a better job, moving around, not getting stuck to one spot in the paint. She does have considerable size advantage, but you can't just camp out in the paint, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. As they're going to get Stephanie Lyons with a blocking foul on number 33, Alyssa Cho. Rachel Sherberg now to inbound it for the Blue. Taylor Hearn to go down with the rebound, gets it to Vinton. Vinton on the fast break. Lyons with a beautiful pass, pump fake, and gets it into Zindelet, who gets the layup to go. Great fast break there for the Pride, Kevin.
Absolutely, and that all started with Sam Horahan literally just grabbing the ball over two people. I mean, she's been unbelievable on the rebounding side today for the Pride. She's been, on the senior day, she's really shown the future of this Pride team.
As a foul is going to be called on 31, Stephanie Lyons for the Pride.
And, it looked like Lyons was just boxing out and simply got called for a foul for boxing out right there. Kind of surprised the foul didn't go the other way. But we're going to see Rudolph and Hall come back into the game.
Sam Horahan checking out for the Pride.
Sam Horahan now 10 points, 12 rebounds. She came in averaging 10.5 rebounds, 10.5 points, 9.5 rebounds per game, nearly averaging a double-double in her freshman year. I mean, she's really developed into a great player for this Pride team. And she's only a first year. She's still got 3 more years.
Shot misses. Board grabbed by Taylor Hall. Rachel Vinton now gets it to Rudolph. Back to Vinton. Jakes now hands it off to Zindelet. Pride need to get a shot off here soon. Rudolph nearly fouled on the play, but Zindelet gets the board off the tip by Jakes.
A lot of contact right there on the Rudolph drive, but Zindelet did a good job staying with the play and tracking down the offensive board.
Hard screen set by Taylor Hall. Zindelet driving in now. Couldn't get it to go. Taylor Hall tried to tip it out, but Wellesley comes up with it. Out of bounds. Going to remain the Blue. We were talking about Sam Horahan putting on a great performance already in this game. And, well into the season, first-year player, and gets it done on both ends of the floor.
Absolutely. Her offensive game, she's done a good job of being able to stretch the floor. Mid-range jumpers, those three-point shots, the more growth in her game has been her defense and her rebounding. I mean, when she came in, Coach Graves knew that she was going to be someone who could potentially be able to score her a decent amount of points. But it was her defense that was really the question mark, and she's really done a good job of growing her defensive side of her game.
Yeah, most definitely. Already seen today a few blocks as Taylor Hall is going to be called with a foul and going to go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws.
That foul is on number 5, Taylor Hearn, and we see the size advantage just really playing a factor for the Springfield team right now. I mean, it's played a factor all day. They're out rebounding Wellesley 33-22. I mean, it's been one-way traffic on the defensive boards for the most part for the Pride.
As Hall misses the first free throw. Hall gets the second free throw to fall. Blue now taking it up. Aguirre has it. Again with it now. Blue need to find somewhere to go with the ball. Aguirre pulls up mid-range shot. Could not get it to go. Scrap for the ball. Zindelet comes down with it. Gets it to Emily Jakes. He's going to drive. Looked like she got fouled, but no call on the play. Wellesley comes down with the rebound on the fast break now. Cobb has it. Aguirre with it again at the top of the key. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Blue have to get a shot off here. Nearly goes in at the buzzer for the Blue.
And Springfield beating 35-22 at the end of this third quarter, Brody. You know, Wellesley offense finally got their footing a little bit, but now we're going to send it down for our final senior family interview with Grace Berry. She's with the family of Lauren Rudolph.
Grace Berry down here one last time with senior parents. Right now I'm with Lauren Rudolph's dad, Mark. So Mark, what's it been like these past 4 years just having your daughter play on this court, this amazing birthplace of basketball, and now it's just coming to a close? What's this been like? What's this journey?
It's been fantastic. I know Lauren loved Springfield from the moment she walked on the campus her senior year in high school to visit, and she's had a tremendous 4 years, loved every minute of it. Great friends, great basketball, great experience overall. Got to go to a trip to England, had a tournament in Pittsburgh, and then obviously playing in the New Max. It's been fantastic.
Is there anything you'd like to say to your daughter, Lauren, just being her last season of basketball?
Just that we're proud of her, and you know, it's being a student athlete's not easy, and so getting your degree while you're playing a sport is just a life. You know, trying to manage time is a great life lesson. We're just very proud of her.
Awesome, thank you and congratulations. Back to you guys in the press box.
And coming out of the break now, Springfield leading 35-22 at the start of the fourth quarter. Kevin, we've seen some. Thank you, Grace, again for that lovely interview with Lauren Rudolph's parents.
You know, it's a great day for the Springfield College Women's basketball team. You know, they again to celebrate their seniors. Quarter where it was a pretty even quarter. Springfield's able to maintain a 13-point lead coming out of it. You know, they started a little slow, but they were able to extend the lead, and you know, a couple more made baskets here. Springfield could really put this game out of reach.
Most definitely. Jakes with it. Lob pass out to Hall. Rachel Vinton out to Grace Zindelet, whose three does not go down.
It was a good look for Zindelet right there. She's just unable to hit it, but we've seen her hit a couple shots like that today, so, you know, not necessarily the worst shot for the Pride.
Tough inside shot by Shukla. Zindelet comes down with the rebound. Beautiful pass to Lauren Rudolph, who is fouled on the layup, on the fast break layup. Going to go to the free throw line, shoot a pair of free throws. And, you know, Kevin, that looked like a few of the plays we've seen earlier in this second half that weren't called fouls. And, you know, surprising by the refs right there to call that one a foul.
And, you know, I mean, I feel like that was a pretty obvious call, but you are right. But both sides, we saw a couple plays where it looked like a lot of contact was made, but no calls were really to be had. But another update from around Springfield College athletics: Springfield College women's lacrosse has their season opener today on Stagg Field, literally just across the way from here, leading 9-8 early in the second half over a very good Framingham State team. So that could be a very big signature win early in the season for Springfield. And, you know, nothing like it. Late February day. There's a lot of athletics going on, Brody.
Yeah, most definitely.
Basketball, volleyball, track, and lacrosse, all hosted on campus, as well as our annual National Girls and Women's in Sports Day event. So, I mean, it's been, you know, Springfield College known as kind of an athletic school. This day is one of those days where you really see coming from all areas of athletics.
Absolutely. Great representation, you know, for all sports across campus today. And especially here in Blake Arena, got some great basketball action today for you, both men's and women's. Make sure you stick around for the men's game later. They will be taking on, I believe, Babson.
They'll be taking on Babson. You know, the Springfield men's team, you know,
as Taylor Hall gets the and one layup to fall. You know, great play right there. Great heads-up play and great passing all around on that drive by the Pride.
And, you know, Taylor Hall is someone who, for this Pride team, she's really been a key contributor since day one. You know, she's never going to be the person who's going to score 15, 20, 25 points in a game. You know, she's not maybe the Pride's most known offensive player, but, you know, she is someone who rebounds. She defends extremely well, and, you know, she's really been a contributor from day one, and, you know, she's just part of this unbelievable senior class for the Pride that has 4 players that have contributed greatly to not just growing the program skill-wise and record-wise, but also growing kind of the culture of and tradition of winning for this program.
Most definitely. As tough shot right there by Che for Wellesley. Grace Zindelet has it on the fast break. Gets it to Lyons in the corner. Tough drive. Foul is called, sending Lyons to the line to shoot a pair.
We see some subs for Wellesley. Lyons is going to go to the line here. You know, another nice aggressive drive. You know, I think Springfield sees that if they're going to be calling those fouls, especially with the drives to the basket, Brody, why not just take it right to Wellesley, who has a number of players that have, I believe that's 3 players with at least 3 fouls now. And, I mean, they only have 9 healthy players on their roster. So, you know, the depth can be tested here.
Yeah, like you say, Kevin, you know, especially with a short roster, foul trouble is always going to be an issue to watch for, especially later in the games. As Aguirre shoots the 3 now, could not get it to go. They're going to call her out of bounds. She was trying to save the ball, throw it off the feet of Jakes. Sam Horahan checking back in now for the Pride, taking out senior Taylor Hall.
You know, Taylor Hall doing a nice job. Once again, I mean, she's really just kind of that steadying presence. You know, her and Goslin, that, you know, Rudolph and Jakes are more of the emotional leaders, but Jakes and Hall, Goslin and Hall, they're really kind of, they never get too high or too low. They're kind of even keel, and they do a really good job, not just leading by what their emotions do, but leading by example. And that's really one of the things Coach Graves loves so much about the senior class. They have their emotional leaders, but they also have their players who can lead in a different way.
And great drive we just saw right there by Stephanie Lyons. Great job to cut into the teeth of the defense.
You know, all of a sudden the Pride are up by 20, and I mean, really, I mean, this is a time for the Pride. If they can get a few more stops, they can kind of coast to victory, because, I mean, we haven't seen Wellesley do enough consistent scoring that makes it look like they can come back.
Great block by Emily Jakes on the 3-point attempt by Aguirre. Aguirre driving in now, fouled. Gets the basket to go and gets the foul call on Emily Jakes. Going to send Aguirre to the line to shoot 1.
A whole lot of contact right there.
Didn't see a whole lot of contact there, and it also sounded like the shot clock might have gone off just before she got the shot off, but they call it anyway. Aguirre makes the free throw.
You know, Jakes kind of had a look of like disbelief on her face. She couldn't believe that she got called for that foul.
Zindelet to Lyons on the wing. Horahan finds Jakes on the baseline, who knocks down the mid-range shot.
Yeah, that's the first point of the game for Jakes, but, you know, she's affected this game in other ways. You know, her defensive length has been extremely good in this game, especially, you know, we've seen her block a couple shots on the perimeter, but also, you know, her size and length against a team that doesn't have much of it, really just affecting shots. Even if she's not getting blocked, she's making it tough for them to shoot. She's getting into the passing lane. She's doing all the other things that you have to do to help your team win a basketball game.
As the Pride, a little miscommunication, couldn't find somewhere to go with it. Timeout is going to be taken by Wellesley. Just 2 seconds appeared to be left on the shot clock. I believe they're going to reset it. Timeout here for the Blue. And coming out of the timeout, Wellesley going to have possession of the ball. 3 seconds remain on the shot clock. Going to have to get a quick shot up here. And they do so with number 33, Alyssa Cho. Emily Kopp comes down with the rebound
Yeah,
for
kinda
the Blue.
surprised. Kopp looked like she had a wide open mid-range jumper, passed off the shot. This isn't a team that can really afford to be. This is a team that needs points, and they need points in a hurry if they want any chance of coming back. They've only scored 25 points in this game. They're down by 19 with just 6 minutes left. If you have an open jump shot, you have to take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't be wasting open opportunities or, trying to even force some bad opportunities like we just saw there, getting themselves into the situation where they only had 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
It looks like they're going to have 12. Looks like the shot clock reset but never actually ran off. Wellesley coach Jennifer Kroll unhappy because, they completely just stopped the possession for Wellesley, and Wellesley's going to get less time than they would have had before. So, kind of has a reason to be a little unhappy.
Kopp now with it, pulls a mid-range shot, gets it to go over the defender.
Impressive shot right there over the outstretched arm of Sam Horahan.
Zindelet now with the ball, gets it to Gosson, who gets it down into Horahan. Pride working the ball around now. Great ball movement. Believe that might have gone off the hand of a Wellesley player, but they're going to call it off of Springfield, the Wellesley ball.
Looked like it went off the hand of number 11, Caitlin Aguirre. They're going to give the ball back to Wellesley anyway. Wellesley's still down by 17, though. Just 5:24 left.
Kopp driving in, gets it out to Cho. Aguirre with the drive. Foul called on the shot by Sam Horahan. Sam Horahan in disbelief at that call.
That foul came like 4 seconds after the play had even happened. Seemed like that foul call was extremely late. All of a sudden we've seen this game kind of slowing down a bit. The first couple minutes went by. Not a lot of fouls then. Wellesley got called for nearly 3 fouls in succession on one Pride possession. Now 2 fouls on the Pride in the last about minute. Didn't look like a whole lot of contact. And it seemed like the ref called the foul on Horahan 2 or 3 seconds after the play had happened.
Absolutely. Little weird call right there as the Pride have possession now. Just over 5 minutes now in the fourth quarter, 44-29. The Pride are leading the Blue. Gosson gets it down into Horahan. Horahan going to drive in. Tried to go through 2 defenders. No foul called on that shot.
Head coach Naomi Graves about as unhappy as you'll see her on the sidelines. She's someone who's an emotional coach on the sidelines. Doesn't necessarily like to get upset with the officiating, but she was pretty upset about that one. It looked like pretty obvious contact down low, Brody.
Yeah, Sam Horahan, flailing and kind of falling to the ground after that shot, but not for no reason, as Kopp shot misses. Zindelet pulls the rebound down, gets it into Jakes, who gets the layup to go off the pretty pass by Zindelet.
Great pass by Zindelet, great finish at the rim by Jakes, and hasn't been Jake's best offensive day, but like I said before, she's done a great job doing all the other things that she needs to do to help this Pride team to a win.
Schoenberg with it now. Kopp on the wing. Horahan called for another foul.
Yeah, you can kind of see the frustration almost a frustration foul for Horahan right there. We're going to see Hall and Rudolph, the seniors, checking back into the game.
Going to take out Grace Zindelet and Sam Horahan.
Got to be happy, though, with the performances of Zindelet and Horahan. If you're the Pride, Horahan 10 points, 13 rebounds. For Zindelet, 8 points off the bench. She's someone who really provides a spark on both ends for the Pride, and that's what you have to do. If you're coming off the bench for the Springfield team, we've seen it from Lauren Rudolph this year. We've seen it from Grace Zindelet. Just providing a spark, even if it's not scoring points, doing the things, getting back on defense, causing turnovers. That's what you have to do. I feel like this Springfield women's basketball team, more than any I've seen in my 4 years here, really everyone knows their role on the team. They know who's going to be the leaders. They know who's going to need to just come in and do the little things.
Most definitely, everyone fits into their position well here at Springfield as Steph Lyons driving. Going to call a foul on Taylor Hearn for Wellesley.
Steph Lyons kind of quietly has 9 points in this game. Horahan's leading scorer with 10. Lyons has 9. Been kind of a quiet day from players like Goslin and Jakes. Goslin with just 5, Jakes with 4, but they've still done the other things. Wow.
Kopp gets the steal for Wellesley. Shukla driving in, getting the rebound, the fast break bucket. Emily Jakes fouled on the shot on the fast break for the Pride. Just over 3 minutes left here. Springfield leading 46-32.
Now for Springfield, it's just about playing smart basketball, not fouling. Wellesley literally not giving them any chance. This game is, we're not going to say it's out of reach yet, Brody, but, the way Springfield's defense has been, they've been pretty much locked down. At the beginning of that third quarter, they allowed 10 points in about the first three or so minutes. After that point, Coach Graves called timeout. They allowed 4 points in the matter of 6.5 minutes, and really since that moment, they've only allowed 12 points in the last about 15 minutes of basketball action. So, a little bit of a sloppy start in the second half, but Coach Graves calls the timeout, and almost immediately everything changed.
As Taylor Hearn's shot misses for the Blue. Goslin looking up the court now to Rudolph. Back to Goslin. Nice drive in by Goslin, gets fouled, and like you said, Kevin, got to play smart here in the later goings of this game. And one of the biggest things that can contribute to playing smart is, just capitalizing on these easy free throw opportunities that Wellesley keeps giving the Pride.
Absolutely. For the Pride today, only 8 of 13 from the line. That hasn't necessarily been their best offensive day. Now 9 for 14, but, coming into this game, you look at Wellesley, they come in averaging only 47.8 points a game. That's number 6 in the entire country for Division III women's basketball. Springfield's at 49, so, maybe it hasn't been the best day for them, but the offense has done enough, and their defense has been locked down most of the game. But with that Springfield full timeout, we'll take it to 2:53 left to go in this one.
Coming out of the timeout now, Springfield up 49-32 after that pair of free throws by Alex Goslin.
So another thing to stay tuned for, Brody, after this one, we're going to have a special post-game interview. Grace Berry will be down with all 4 seniors for the Springfield College Pride women's basketball team. Should be a great interview, and 4 players who have really done a great job contributing and really building a tradition of winning here for this women's basketball team here at Springfield.
Yeah, definitely. As Lyons tips the ball out of bounds, Wellesley going to have it. Shukla now has it, gets it up to Hearn. Wellesley working the ball around now. Pull up mid-range shot from Che, can't get it to go. Lyons comes down with loses it off her fingertips.
Once again, we've seen from the Pride, they've had a number of those plays where it's been a good idea. It's just about executing on those plays. And, against a good team, if you start executing on those types of runouts and fast breaks, that's the difference between winning and losing a game potentially. They went to Babson on Wednesday in the game that would ultimately decide the regular season NEWMAC champion. They only lost by 4, and they got off to a really bad start and had a kind of bad most of the third quarter. They cut down on the bad minutes in that game. they played better than Babson for about 25 minutes of the 40 minutes in the game. So it's not within reason that this team couldn't beat Babson in the New Mac title game.
As the Pride come away with the rebound. Steph Lyons now with it. Screened by Taylor Hall. Going to call Steph Lyons with a double dribble, I believe.
And Naomi Graves unhappy with the officials. Didn't look like Steph Lyons ever even picked up her dribble. Looked like it was one continuous motion as she dribbled around the screen, I thought.
Yeah, very, very confusing call that we just saw by the official.
We see head coach Naomi Graves not too pleased with the officials' calls. She has kind of that dry smile, though, that you often see from her when she's unhappy, especially with the officiating. But, you know, for Springfield now, up by 17, a minute 24, I think it's safe to say that they're going to come away with a senior day victory, Brody. I mean, this has been, you know, kind of a grind them out type of game where it hasn't necessarily always been pretty, but, you know, when Springfield needed it the most, their offense was able to make enough plays, and their defense was very good for about 35 of the 40 minutes in this game.
Yeah, you know, every player able to come out here and, you know, produce. As the Pride now have it, just over a minute left here in the fourth quarter, 49-32, still the score for the Pride. Jakes now has it. Drive in, kick out to Lyons, air ball, but Taylor Hall comes away with the rebound. Alex Goslin, tough layup, couldn't get it to go. Wellesley comes down with the rebound.
They're kind of surprised. One thing you might see here in the next few seconds potentially, I don't know if it's going to happen, but we got to wonder if Coach Graves would consider giving her seniors one final send-up. Doesn't look like she's going to do it, but, you know, with this being their last regular season game here in Blake, I mean, wasn't necessarily the prettiest game at times.
Just like you say, Kevin, not the prettiest game at times. Sloppy turnover there for the Pride.
And it looked like a lot of contact once again, you know. Head coach Naomi Graves kind of with that sarcastic smile on the sidelines once again. Got to think, though, the Pride are just going to try to dribble this one out.
Alex Goslin going to dribble it out for the Pride.
You know, kind of fitting that it's going to be Alex Goslin, you know, the senior captain, the point guard, the one who, you know, even if she's not scoring, she's really the one that makes the engine run for this Pride team. And
most definitely core group for this Pride team is that senior leadership. Final score here in Blake Arena for the Lady Pride, 49-36 over the Wellesley College Blue. And, you know, great overall play that we saw today, but especially the defense, Kevin.
Absolutely. You know, offensively, you knew it was going to be that type of game where you're going to really have to grind out the victory, especially with the way this Wellesley team plays defense. But, you know, they really did a great job. The Springfield team did a great job. They shut them down on offense. And offensively, they did enough to win, and that's what you have to do sometimes. And we're going to have an extremely special senior day interview with Grace Berry coming up in just a minute. She's going to have all four of the seniors, and you can think of a more fitting senior day interview.
As we are now getting ready, we are going to send it down to Grace Berry, who has all four seniors on the side of the court for you.
Grace Berry here down on the sidelines with all four seniors of the basketball team today. So guys, it's senior day, National Women in Sports Day, and you honored coach before the game. So you still have some basketball left there, hopefully a lot. So what was it like emotionally for you guys today to just go out and play and do your all? Whoever.
It was fun. You could just see like the love and the support. You can feel it everywhere. We had so many awesome fans in the stands, our teammates supporting us, decorating the gym. You just feel the love, and it makes you feel really good that you got to be a part of a program like this.
Yeah. It's just really exciting because this won't be our last time playing in Blake Arena. So we have more playoff games coming up, and hopefully we'll just keep going.
Well, congratulations to you guys. Hopefully you have a lot more basketball left this season, and congrats on senior day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you very much, Grace. Great interview we had with all 4 seniors right there. What a way to end senior day for this Lady Pride. Great game, Kevin.
Yeah, and once again, kind of story of the day, we knew that this team plays extremely tough defense. And, Pride ended up winning 49-36. And you can look at that score and say, wow, the offense wasn't great. But I think what we have to focus on, outside of a really rough stretch for the first 3.5 minutes of that third quarter, the Pride defense was pretty much locked down all afternoon. And, this is a Pride team. If they're going to win, they're probably not going to score 75 to 85 points a game. It's going to be winning games 60 to 55, 60 to 50. They're not the best scoring team. They are a team defensively that is very, very good, and they showed it today. But also, this is a team that had a huge size advantage, and they used it. They out-rebounded Wellesley 44 to 32, led by number 32, Sam Horahan, 10 points, 12 rebounds, but also Taylor Hall, 8 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds for the Pride. And when you're facing a team that doesn't give up a lot of points, you need to get extra offensive possessions, and that's what this Pride team was able to do, and they were able to ride it out to a win.
Yeah, definitely great game we saw by both teams, especially Springfield in the later half.
Yeah, absolutely, and they really, second half, they were able to really kind of put the game out of reach, especially in the fourth quarter. Let them a little bit back into the game. The score maybe looks closer than it was. It's going to wrap up game number 1 coverage. I want to thank our entire student camera crew, Director Grayson Carter. Also, special thank you to Grace Berry. Did a great job with those sideline reports, as well as my broadcast partner, Brody Still. My name is Kevin Saxe. Stay tuned in about 20 minutes when we'll be back. Myself and David Kilburn will be back for Springfield College men's basketball senior day as they take on Babson.